Joining me now to talk about 988's impact in Wisconsin is Shelly Missall. She's the program manager of 988 Wisconsin Lifeline, which is managed by Family Services of Northeast Wisconsin. Shelly, thank you for taking the time to be here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So according to the Department of Health Services, in its first year of service, July 2022 to July 2023, the 988 Wisconsin Lifeline received nearly 92,000 contacts for support. How much of those contacts were resolved in those text, phone, and online conversations?
Yeah, it's been a lot. We've been talking to a lot of people, and one of the really great things is that we have the opportunity to spend some time with folks and really talk about what's going on. We also have an amazing clinical manager who has really worked to build a culture of least restrictive interventions with our callers. So we have been able to resolve approximately 98% of those calls over the phone without any sort of other intervention or outside intervention.
And 988 is billed as a suicide hotline, but are there other reasons people are contacting the hotline?
Yeah, we have actually, with the launch of 988 last year, rebranded a little bit. So moved to actually the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. And so there's kind of been a broadening of the scope and building awareness that it's not just for those most imminent of moments with suicide. So we actually see only about 25 to 30% of our calls have any suicide content in them. So the vast majority of our callers are calling about other things that are going on, and the reality of that is it's the crisis lifeline as well, and everybody's crisis is personal. So it could be relationship and interpersonal personal things that are going on, managing their mental health, job issues, financial issues, all of the other stuff that's happening in people's lives that they maybe just need to talk to somebody about.
So, a recent survey conducted by a global market research firm, YouGov, found that most Americans hadn't heard about the 988 hotline. So, the poll found only 14% of Americans surveyed could actually recall the number. 55% said they'd never heard of it. So, what can states or what is Wisconsin doing to continue to raise awareness about this helpline for folks?
It's been a journey, and one of the things as 988 rolled out, we did soft launch last year, not just in Wisconsin, but nationally, just to help everybody build a little bit more capacity before we started driving that. So we've really only seen marketing and advertisement for 988 ramp up beginning in January of this year, at least in the state of Wisconsin. But we have been working to build those touch points and finding a lot of different alternative methods to reach out to people. Not everybody accesses information in the same way. And so we're really trying to build that up. We've built a great span. I mean, we were able to launch some of our marketing campaign with a Super Bowl ad this year, which was pretty exciting. But we've been doing some TV ads, some streaming ads, radio commercials. There's some billboards and some more fixed media. We've got a bunch of social media. But if others want to help out in promoting that, there is on the 988wisconsin.org website a lot of shareables. So there's social media shareables. There's one page information sheets that can be shared out. So word of mouth is really a huge way to spread some information about 988.
Well, kind of going off of that here, things like marketing cost money. And Governor Tony Evers had included $3 million in state funds for needs in his original 2023-2025 budget. But then that was cut by the Finance Committee, so it's not included in the budget. Obviously, the call center is taking a larger volume of calls, about 5,000 a month. So going forward here, Shelly, how can the program ensure statewide coverage and the ability to keep up with call volumes and to continue marketing campaigns through 2025 on just the federal funds alone?
So Wisconsin isn't alone in this journey. 988 is a national network. It's a nationwide program. So we are very fortunate in these early years to have a number of different funding streams that are coming through. And here in the state of Wisconsin, we've been braiding together some national funding, some mental health block grant dollars, some different things to create that funding. A long-term basis, much like every other state in the nation, Wisconsin is going to need to figure out how we will support this long term, but we do have some support of different funding streams that we can braid together to really build that capacity and keep this going over the next couple of years.
And has the program seen any staffing challenges? And if so, how are you addressing those?
So I think much like everybody else, staffing is a challenge, and we are definitely hiring, and not just hiring, but a lot to build that capacity as the need and demand for the service continues to grow. One of the significant steps that we've been taking here at Wisconsin Lifeline, which is starting actually this month, is starting to add some remote workers. So prior to this, everybody was located in a physical call center, and that was in one location, which kind of limited the reach of folks who could get involved and help out from the other end on this and be able to help take those calls. And now we're able to spread that footprint a little bit more with the addition of remote workers and have more people answering. However, Wisconsin Lifeline remains a Wisconsin-based organization. So while we will have some remote workers, not in the physical call center, they will all be located in the state of Wisconsin.
Well, Shelly, thank you so much for the time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.